What is up, you guys? It is your boy, Brett Biggers here, and welcome to another video. And today's video, we're going to be talking about the needs of NFC North teams. Now, I want to say, before we get into this video, you're probably, you're probably wondering, isn't it supposed to be individual teams? I changed my mind on that. And two, you're like, wait, what do you mean by that? The truth is, I did make videos before this. It has been an extremely long time since I've actually made those videos. So if you are new around here and have yet to watch any of those videos, there is going to be a playlist. You guys will be fine. Okay, just go to the playlist and you'll go get to see basically every team, I think, except the Rams and Niners, which I'll be making a video after the Super Bowl. And same thing with the AFC West. But anyway, let's get into the video. Again, we are super close to 300. So if you are 300, so if you are new, please subscribe. Please. It means the world to me if you just like and subscribe. It's not that complicated. Please. But anyway, let's get into the video. You know what's funny? When I just noticed making this video, I'm talking about the NFC North needs, and I'm wearing the Green Bay Packers shirt. That's actually kind of hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. But, yeah. So, we're gonna start off with the Chicago Bears. And they're gonna probably, in my opinion, have the most interesting offseason, I think, out of anybody. First, they already have hired a new OC in Shane Charbonnet, who was the Seahawks offensive coordinator. So, honestly, in my opinion, he's kind of mid. And that's also with a top 5 offense, by the way. Now he's working with an offense with Justin Fields, DJ Moore, Khalil Herbert, and then that's basically kind of it. And I guess Deontay Foreman. But, basically it. Their offense does not have a lot of talent, and they can definitely use some work. Darnell Wright, Kevin Jenkins, yeah, they're good, but, outside of that, their O-line is still garbage, and they could definitely use some help. Cole Kmet, yeah, he's decent, and same thing with DJ Moore, but they don't really have any receivers outside of them. Darnell Mooney could be a nice WR3, not a WR2 option, as he's clearly been in his production with DJ Moore being here. So they could definitely use him as a receiver. Now, the problem is with, again, before I do talk about the rest of their needs, it's going to be hard for them to not pass up on Caleb Williams. Now, unless they get an undeniable trade offer. For example, they got last year, the 9th overall pick, except they had the 9th overall pick this year, which was actually kind of funny. A first-round pick next year, a 2025 second rounder the year after that, the 2020 another second-round pick for this year, 5th or something this year, and then a good player like DJ Moore. Now, the truth is, are they probably going to trade this pick? It's possible. But if it doesn't, they get Caleb Williams, and basically, it's either you take a gamble on a quarterback, trade Justin Fields for more draft picks, and you're going to have to see what happens from there. Or you trade Justin Fields, or not Justin Fields, you trade the first overall pick, and Justin Fields will be your guy, but you would eventually have to give him a contract extension, which probably could be $40 million a year. So it's either way, you can understand, but to me, I would honestly keep Justin Fields, because Justin Fields has proven that he can play in the NFL level and not suck. So that's why I would draft him or keep him instead of Caleb Williams. Which, no offense to Caleb Williams, who could potentially be better than Justin Fields. But I'm sorry, I just feel like he's probably going to be a bust if he does end up going in Chicago. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that to happen. So you're better off either trading the pick or taking Marvin Harrison Jr., which honestly, in my opinion, could be one of the best moves if they wanted to do that here. Then you got defense. They do actually have some needs on defense. Starting off with edge rushers. Their best edge rusher, yeah, Montez Sweat, but like outside of that, it's like DeMarcus Walker. Ooh. Did have a good season the year before, but definitely not this season. Or, I mean, last year. And I guess you could also maybe say the secondary. Like, Kyle Gordon, I don't think is still good. And this is his second year. And that's kind of it. Like, I'm actually, you know what? Not really, actually, when you think about it. Because Trevor Stevenson, Kyle Gordon. So I guess not really. Just edge rushers really on defense. Because their defense has actually been pretty good this year. Which is, I guess, not expected from Bears. Like the Bears, I feel like they're more known for their defense rather than their offense, even if they do have Toot Sweet and Walter Payton. But yeah, but basically that's it. And also a little personal opinion I think of them before the season. This is a team, and I did say this when I recorded my Bears video. I said this is going to be a potential team that could potentially make it to the postseason next year. And now looking at it, it's kind of likely to happen. Like they got 2 top 10 first round picks to either fix on offense, trade one of those picks. Like they have so many options, and some of them could actually work and make this team like a juggernaut. And I feel like this team is going to be good for years to come. And that's something that is extremely special about this team. This team is young, and it's a ton of cap space too, with $40 million. And it like you can't stop this team. This team is very good, and they honestly could be playoff contenders, and eventually maybe division titles. Who knows? Who knows? Then you got the Minnesota Vikings, which this team did play better than the Bears, but they're not a better team, I feel like, anymore than the Bears. So yes, I would officially say the Vikings are the worst team in what is slowly turning into one of the best conferences in the league, or divisions in the league, actually. Like, because all these teams can honestly make it to the postseason if they sign Kirk Cousins. And he also stays healthy. Like, again, like Kirk Cousins is such a big question mark. With him having an injury, this is his contract season. And they have, like, what was it, like, a top 15th pick or something like that? It's, like, something like that. So they could draft a quarterback with how insane this quarterback class is. And they could also potentially get, or they could just keep Kirk Cousins like they've usually been. But then you would have the issue. What if he gets hurt again? Like, who's going to be your backup? Since Nick Mullins and Andrew Hall, they do not look like they should be their guy at quarterback. So that's a bit of a concern on its own. And then you have the rest of the team. Honestly, it's pretty good. Like, their O-line is decent. You got a good tight end, or one of the best tight ends in the league in TJ Hockenson. And you have probably arguably one of the best receiving corps in the league with Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, which I'm not surprised. Then on defense, there's not a lot of needs anymore on defense. And that's also coming from coaching, which I'm surprised you didn't got a coaching interview. But anyway, like their defense played so decent this year. I mean, yeah, they could definitely actually use actual talent on that defense. Like maybe I don't know, safety, corners, or edge rushers, since Daniil Hunter is getting old. D-line, like really any position, honestly, on defense. I guess except linebacker, because Aaron Pace Jr. is looking pretty good. But like, basically, they can honestly use that pick anywhere on defense, and then it can be an improvement. I'm just saying, because like really, like imagine how bad that defense was, and now imagine how good it could be with actual like development on that defense. That'll be big for that defense, and also again, why I think Brian Flores should have got a coaching interview. Anyway, but the problem is with this team, in my personal opinion, is that this team needs to start to rebuild. Like, their best players are basically veterans. Not their best player, Justin Jefferson. Oh, absolutely not. They should keep him. But there are just way too many holes, and this team is not going to win a Super Bowl anytime soon. Yeah, you could make it to the playoffs and even probably win in a wild card, but that's about it. Like, you're not going to make it. Like, is this team seriously saying that you guys could beat the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Eagles? Like, is it really realistic for them to like beat one of the the juggernauts of the NFC or the Lions or even the Packers now? Even like, do you really see them beat them in the playoffs? I don't really think so. So that's an issue, and they really should just start just maybe look for a new quarterback or just get rid of the old players and just retool the roster a little bit, which is what I kind of recommend for them to do. Then you have the Green Bay Packers. This is actually probably one of the most interesting things because I'd say heading into this off season, I would honestly say our biggest needs would be receiver, O line, uh, linebacker, corner. Well, I wouldn't say corner and safety, but no, it's not really. Is O line still a need? Yes, I do think so. Like, we could definitely use maybe a better lineman than Rashawn Walker, who did had a decent season, but I'm just a little good. I actually, I don't think so. Matter of fact, we don't really have a need on the O line anymore, I would say. Unless maybe, like, besides center, I would guess, but even then, we could probably just draft that later. So, yeah, center is an issue. But that's about it on offense. Unless we do lose A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. Because if we do, then we're going to have to address the running back position, which I would not hope that they don't let Aaron Jones walk. Because we can definitely use Aaron Jones for the long run. And especially with how bad how bad this team kind of was without Aaron Jones. Like, that's a bit of an issue. And then you have defense. There isn't really a lot of needs, I would say. The only needs I would probably recommend is obviously safety, because I don't think we still have any talent at safety. Like, Darvon Savage could be a free agent, and honestly, I wouldn't blame him. And then they would also have corner and nose tackle. But outside of that, that's basically it. Like, if Jair could just stay healthy for a full season and play like that corner that we know that he could be, that like this team might be stacked. And also you have other good corners this year. Like Corey Valentine was playing decent for a 7th-round pick. Then you also had who's the other corner? Oh yeah, Keyshawn Nixon, who's unfortunately a free agent, and I hope they bring him back because he's our also starting kick returner. So yeah, like you kind of get the point, but still, corner is a need. I would definitely say safety is also a need, and nose tackle is also a need. So all of these positions are neat. For once, we're not asking for a receiver in the first round. I think that's kind of funny to say the least, despite how many times we've wanted them to draft the receiver. It's so funny. It's like, guys, you gotta admit, it's kind of funny that how many times we've wanted them to draft a receiver in the first round, and they didn't. Like, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. You gotta admit. Then you have the Lions. And I'm going to say this out loud. I don't think they have any needs on offense. I mean, you could say maybe a receiver, but, like, even then, like, you don't really need a receiver when you already have, like I said, the sun god, as people call him, Moran St. Brown. You also have Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. Then you also have David Montgomery, Sam Laporta, a nice offensive line. It's really defense that is the issue for this team. I would say maybe, like, DN, maybe a veteran linebacker could be a useful player. And then also I would say corner. Like, corner is, like, I think one of their biggest positions of need. Like, they don't really have a true good corner there, and that's also a big concern. Like, I think they have good safeties. I just don't think they have good corners. And I also could say maybe a little bit of experience. Like, I do think that the fact they made it to the NFC Championship game is good because they definitely needed that experience, and especially for Dan Campbell. Especially because that game he was calling for go for it every time, and they didn't need to, and they ended up losing the game because of it. That's the problem. And honestly, I might consider making a video, or at least talking about that when I have the Lions before the season starts video. So that's something I'm probably going to do if I do make a video on it. Because, like, again, like, coaching has been a bit of an issue, and maybe some of the reasons of why they have lost games. Like, for example, the Cowboys game. Now, obviously, I would say that they should have technically won the game, but they lost due to, obviously, bad officiating called. But also for him going for 2 when there was a penalty on them. That was one of the most weirdest decisions I've ever seen, and that's how that cost them the game. And they could have gone to overtime, essentially actually beat the Cowboys fair and square, and probably be the 2 seed, but then I would say they probably would have gotten eliminated by the Packers. Honestly, I don't really know what they should have done, honestly. Like, honestly, I'm honestly starting to wonder, do the Lions actually are happy that now they lost because the Packers end up almost beating the Niners? Honestly, better than what the Lions did, no offense. And, like, it's kind of interesting. You really are interested to see how that works. So I'm very curious. And honestly, if you guys are a Lions fan, comment down below. Would you rather won against Dallas and gone against Green Bay, or lost and gone against the Rams? Pick. Because I'm honestly kind of curious. Because, like, I feel like it's either the Lions win, right? Then they go against the Bucks again, or they beat the Rams and then they also go against Bucks. I feel like no matter what, they would have gone against the Bucks, I feel like. Unless somehow Cowboys won. Unless against the Rams. So, and they were at home still, so, like, I don't know. So that's just something to throw out there. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy this video. Peace.